To the Lunchtime Look North. In the headlines, bands pull out of a Newcastle music festival over harassment allegations against a promotion company founder. And the first vaccine shots for 12 to 15-year-olds in our region are rolled out. Good afternoon. It should have been a showcase for the North East's thriving music scene, but last weekend's This Is Tomorrow festival was disrupted by past allegations of sexual harassment involving the man who started the event in Newcastle. A number of acts refused to play and others used social media to criticise Steve Davis and his company SSD for their involvement in the festival. Mr Davis strongly denies all claims against him. Sharuna Saga has this exclusive report.
A number of musicians, including festival headliner Sam Fender, had previously refused to work with Steve Davis's SSD following the claims of sexual harassment earlier in the year. These women, who worked for the promoter, agreed to talk to me as long as their identities remained hidden.
I would get unsolicitedly touched and he'd give me lots of shoulder massages, and then he would take us for work nights out. And then we'd all get really drunk, and then he'd grope us and he'd slap our bums.
It would be shoulder rubs, or when you were talking to him, he'd either look at your chest or comments on what you were wearing, or, my arse might look good, or just something your boss shouldn't say. He'd sometimes place his hand on my bum. He'd rub my lips once or twice. It's very inappropriate talking to a young girl, especially at work. He carries this persona, well, it's just Steve, it's okay. But it's not okay. I didn't realise until I left that it really wasn't okay. Sometimes you'd be too scared to say something because he holds a big part of the music scene.
Neither of the women went to the police and both have left SSD. 3 others say they also experienced a culture of sexual harassment there. Last April, the allegations led Davis to apologise and say he was resigning as managing director of SSD. Artists who boycotted SSD believed the company would not be involved when a new promoter called Kilimanjaro took over the promotion of last weekend's event. But our investigations show Steve Davis is a director of This Is Tomorrow and SSD, which was involved as a subcontractor at the festival. Well, the festival is now over, but questions still remain. We would have liked to have put them to Steve Davis, but he declined to be interviewed. His lawyer told us that all allegations of sexual harassment are without foundation and vehemently denied, and added that SSD has no record of any complaint being made by its current or previous members of staff regarding sexual harassment. It comes at a time of increased concern about sexual harassment in the industry, with the Musicians' Union calling on the government to address the issue. It's too early to judge whether anything changes in time for next year's festival, but many hope if and when it does go ahead, it'll be the music people are talking about rather than events behind the scenes. Sharuna Saga, BBC Look North, Newcastle.
And there'll be more on this story tonight on Look North at 6:30.